Are we live? Welcome to another rendition of Too Early for This podcast. It's your host, your moderator, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast in the Tire Center Auto Zone Studios, live and direct in full effect, by the way. It's your boy, I'm Chris and Down One. Feel free, please, I beg of you. Hit the subscription button, the notification bell. Share this content with your friends, family, as well as your followers. Let's get this podcast lit in the YouTube algorithm. You heard me? All right. Now, let me just dash through a couple of things that done happened to your boy for the past 4 to 5 days. I've really been experiencing it much longer than that. First and foremost, last weekend was not a good weekend for your boy. All right. Your boy was mad sick. I had a weird stomach virus that just kept creeping and rearing its ugly head at your boy. So your boy was contained, just laying in the bed, just trying not to move or anything. I was feeling nausea. I was just going through the motions. All right. So your boy was just mad sick. Then on top of that, just when you think it couldn't get worse for your boy, I was dealing with a troll. I was dealing with a troll who was an international hacker. Somehow, some way, he got at your boy's contacts, was, messaging a lot of weird stuff to my contacts. Most of these contacts are business associates. Most of these contacts were, my relatives, my significant other, just going through my contacts, making sending ridiculous messages, trying to figure more about me. But luckily, I prevailed. A lot of my contacts, they know what I deal with on a constant, consistent basis. They didn't give up any info, no intel, which is not, not a lot of juicy info or intel with your boy. But, I had to deal with that. I had to, messaging, emailing YouTube about this situation. I don't know if they fixed it. I don't know if they did fix it or maybe the guy quit, but I haven't been receiving any messages from this individual. And people that he's been contacting, all of pretty much everyone has, informed me that, they haven't been receiving any weird messages and things of that nature. But like I said, I'm not going to say this guy's name. I'm not even going to give this guy the light of day. I'm just going to keep it pushing and keep it moving. All right. Also, I want to give a shout out. I was going to write down a list of names who people that have been subscribed to my channel, check out my content, messages, send me likes and things of that nature. I'm probably going to do that on another live stream, but a huge shout out to the Dream. Me and the Dream, we sort of kind of, promote each other's content. Huge shout out to Dream. Dream is doing some big and just big things on her YouTube channel. Go check that out if you could, you would. All right. Without further ado, let's talk about today's episode of Too Early for This podcast. Lisa Left Eye Pippen. Lisa in the Coke Jam Pippen. The L Word Pippen. Lizard Pippen. I used to call, when I first went into YouTube, I did several videos about Larsa Pippen. I would butcher her name on a constant, consistent basis. You guys know I'm not, that's not my biggest strong suit is people's names. I butcher names on a constant, consistent basis. I'm the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world when it comes to that. And I remember doing several videos on Larsa Pippen as well as Scottie Pippen. A lot of those videos blew up. I got viral off those videos. But Larsa Pippen is back in the news again, but for all the wrong reasons. And I got this article from outtake.com. So go check out and get familiar with this article. But basically, in the article, Larsa Pippen, in a recent interview on the Real Housewives of Miami, which is, it doesn't really register with all the housewives reality shows. I mean, it's pretty much on the back burner. I didn't even know they were still airing the Real Housewives of Miami. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City gets more recognition than the Real Housewives of Miami, but we're gonna move on. But basically, in this interview, I guess they had a casting couch, where all the housewives, it's kind of funny with these Real Housewife reality shows. It's funny to me that the contestants that are on these reality shows are not really married to their significant other. Okay, they're either the girlfriend, the trophy wife. They're really the side chick. None of them are are legally bound married to these women. But like I said, I'm not I don't watch these reality shows, but in particular, the famous ones, the ones that are, that we all talk about, a lot of them are not married. And Larsa Pippen is one of those women that is not, legally married. Okay. Even though she carries the Scottie Pippen last name, Larsa Pippen has been pretty much the party girl, the influencer, slash, trying to link up and collaborate. I think collaborate is a better word than hooking up. She was famously hooked up with Future. She was married, ages ago with Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen in his prime was winning championship with the Chicago Bulls. And was married to Larsa Pippen. He married Larsa Pippen very young. And now Larsa Pippen is, spreading her wings and, trying to experience different love languages. Let's just put it that way. This just, we don't want to just, she's been linked with several NBA stars, young ones, old ones, been linked with rappers, just popular guys on social media. And now she's linked to Michael Jordan's son. I think it's Marcus Jordan. And they have been an item for, for the past couple of months. I think, they, in this interview with the Real Housewives of not Atlanta, Miami, she confirmed that they are in a relationship, and she gets deeper in the rabbit hole. She pretty much said that she talked about a lot of great things about Marcus Jordan, talking about he's a great lover in bed, does it 3 to 4 times. At first, I thought she was talking about Scottie Pippen, but she's more so talking about Marcus Jordan. Something want me to say Marcus Pippen, but it's Marcus Jordan. And talk about their love life, talk about how thrilled she is in a relationship with him. She also talked about how if the day comes where she wants to tie the knot, she wants to settle down and get married all over again. She talked about how if she's married to Marcus Jordan or whomever, she's going to take their last name. Nicole Murphy still to this day use Eddie Murphy's last name, even though she's been, with several other guys, even after the divorce of Eddie Murphy. She was once linked to Michael Strahan for a brief moment. She was once linked to and there was a brief link of Shannon Sharp, but uh, Larsa Pippen is pretty much saying that, hey, look, I'm not going to be like Nicole Murphy, hold on to my ex-husband's last name. She said in this interview that if she does settle down, ties or not, she's going to have the last name of, her next significant other. Now, all roads point to the possibility of maybe Marcus Jordan wanting to get more serious with Larsa Pippen and wants to tie the knot down and wants to marry Larsa Pippen. And if that happens, Larsa Pippen is going to have the last name of Jordan. Her name's going to be Larsa Jordan. And when you talk about the Jordan name, it's a famous, popular name. In sports entertainment, in entertainment in general. It's a cultural name. It's up there with the Gucci's. Gucci is up there with all the hip names out there, and it's iconic. It's an iconic name. It's an iconic brand, and and when you talk about famous last names, it's up there with the Kardashians, it's up there with the Obamas, it's up there with the Carters. So it's a real popular last name as well as a brand name. And why not? Okay, if you're Larsa Pippen and you get the opportunity to marry a Jordan, then reap the benefits, reap the rewards. Change your name from Pippen to Jordan. Now, I feel like this would be kind of embarrassing to Scottie Pippen because, Larsa Pippen is no longer your main squeeze. I don't think Scottie Pippen has any feelings for Larsa Pippen. If you checked out Scottie Pippen, he's got a hot tamale on his side, a young girl. Clearly, Scottie Pippen has moved on, but it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird in the sense that she chose Michael Jordan's son as the replacement for Scottie Pippen. And it also seems kind of weird that not only she's holding on to the Pippen name, but she's willing to let go of that Pippen name if she's marrying Marcus Jordan. Now, she did say in this interview, if she gets married again, that she's going to take the last name of whatever man she's married to. But let's just face facts and face reality. If Marcus Jordan wants to tie her down and marry her, then of course she's going to use that last name. And to me, it can be sort of kind of weird, in a weird place. It's sort of kind of embarrassing that the person that you was linked with in your professional basketball career, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Pippen to Jordan, you used to hear that name all the time when you were teammates and winning titles and winning championships. Now you're hearing that last name for a different reason. And now you're hearing that name because your ex-wife is adopting that last name. So, it's kind of weird in that sense. But, with Larsa Pippen, if you've been checking out and following Larsa Pippen, a lot of stuff she has done over the years is kind of weird, kind of spooky. She was dating an NBA athlete who's been traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, and her son, Scottie Pippen, as well as Larsa Pippen's son, is with the Lakers too. So that makes that kind of weird. I mean, you're teammates with somebody that dated your mom. So that's kind of weird, okay? She's also been linked, even though I remember a while back people were trying to connect the dots with this. Larsa Pippen was connected to LeBron James' oldest son, and that would have been real predatory or weird. But she's been linked that way, and that's sort of everything that she does. It sort of kind of embarrass the family of the Pippens. I think Scottie Pippen, it doesn't embarrass him too much. I think he's pretty much has moved on and doing his own thing as he should. But yeah, uh, Larsa Pippen has been in the news. I think Larsa Pippen and Scottie Pippen in the past have tried to fix the errors of their ways as far as their relationship goes. They tried to rekindle their relationship, but it's at a point of no return. And let's just face facts and face reality. Larsa Pippen was addicted to the social media lifestyle, where she was more. It was more important for her to get likes and views on social media. It was more important to her to be linked up with the Kardashians or or rappers and athletes. And I feel like if you look at it now, she has gone away from that lifestyle, and now she's more about settling down with a man that can provide her a lifestyle, and Marcus Jordan can provide her a lifestyle. Now, uh, real talk, she would love to be in a relationship with Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan is already, he's already married. He has a wife. He's not interested in anyone else. He's pretty much enjoying his golden years, so to say. And she would love to soak her oats in Michael Jordan, so she had to get the next best thing that was in front of her, which is Marcus Jordan. And Marcus Jordan, he played college basketball, didn't get to the point of the NBA, but is more famously known of being Michael Jordan's son. And it may not be a hill of beans to a lot of people out there, but it's really big up for women that want to settle down with someone. And I feel like Larsa Pippen is settling down with Marcus, because I mean this is it. Okay. So yeah, that's all we got about Larsa Pippen. I wish nothing but the best for Larsa Pippen. No ill will for Larsa Pippen. I hope this is I hope this is the final spot of her trying to settle down. But if you've been noticing, a lot of these Instagram models, a lot of these OnlyFans models, a lot of these influencers, these social media celebrities, quote unquote, they're they're all, instead of, they're all, getting into their end game. They know, look, they been there, they done that. They, tried this, it didn't work out, and now it's more important to them to settle down with someone that can provide them a lifestyle than just hopping from bed to bed and getting no guarantees in return. So I think this is a Larsa Pippen's final, pretty much her final state. I think she's done with the dating scene. I think she really wants a solid man that she can settle down, that she can settle down with, and provide her with a lifestyle, and be able to maintain that lifestyle. So good for Larsa Pippen. I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And moving on. We definitely going to have to move on. As always, hit the like button, hit the subscription button, the notification bell. Share this content with your friends, family, as well as your followers. Let's get this YouTube channel as well as this podcast, this live stream in the YouTube algorithm mix. All right. Now, next topic, Michael Jeffrey Jordan is selling the Charlotte Hornets. And when I saw this late last week, before we went into the weekend, I thought personally, wow, Michael Jordan is selling the Charlotte Hornets. But if you've been paying attention to, NBA franchises being sold, some of these people that once owned these franchises are tripling their profit in selling these teams. Sometimes 4 times, 5 times, maybe 6 times selling their team, and they're getting tremendous profit by just selling their teams. Now, Donald Sterling had a huge payday when he sold the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, Donald Sterling was in a situation where he had no choice but to sell the Los Angeles Clippers, but he got his money and then some by selling his team to Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer owns the Los Angeles Clippers. If you look at the Phoenix Suns recently, they was going to a transitional phase where the owner was caught up in a lot of weird stuff, and he decided to just go ahead and sell his team, made a huge profit in selling his NBA team. And I forgot the guy who he sold it to, but he made a huge profit in doing that. And if you look at Michael Jeffrey Jordan, and he's looking at the hemisphere of what these teams can go for. Now, Michael Jordan is not, he's not losing any money. He's still a billionaire, but for him to sell the Charlotte Hornets, he's going to make a profit on top of profit and then some. Okay, he's gonna make some real crazy money selling the Charlotte Hornets. Now, and that's on the outside looking in. Plus, I feel like Michael Jordan has gotten tired of trying to run an NBA franchise. Now, when he left basketball as a player, one of his biggest desires was to own an NBA team. And he had the opportunity of owning an NBA team with the Charlotte Hornets. But in order for him to be a partial owner or a minority owner, well, he would have been a partial owner for sure. He had to play for the Charlotte Hornets. And so he had to come out of retirement, play for the Charlotte Hornets. And that deal fell through, and Michael Jordan didn't get the opportunity to be either part owner of the Charlotte Hornets. So he just left. Then a couple of years down the road, he had the opportunity to buy the Charlotte Bobcats from the Rob Johnson. He once owned BET. I forgot his first name, but I know his last name is Johnson. At first, he was a minority owner. Then he bought the rest of the team, the franchise from Johnson. Then Johnson just went off and did other things, and now he's the majority owner. Once they were the Charlotte Bobcats, now they're the Charlotte Hornets. And since then, he's been, trying. He was like the Jerry Jones of the NBA, except Jerry Jones at least have Super Bowl wins, and Michael Jordan didn't even have playoff wins. So Michael Jordan tried to get the best coaches. He tried to draft the best players. He tried to sign the best players in free agency, and he bombed at every turn with those decisions. And with Michael Jordan, he's a billionaire, He's already well decorated as an NBA player. Would have been nice if he would have gotten a title as an owner. But Michael Jordan looks at this as, okay, this is a business decision. This has nothing to do with my pride. This has nothing to do with my ego. If the Charlotte Hornets doesn't win another game for the next 4 years, it's not going to affect the status of Michael Jordan. We're still going to appreciate Michael Jordan as a player, but everyone would say Michael Jordan was terrible as an owner. Okay, so Michael Jordan looking at it as, okay, well, if this ain't about pride or ego or the possibility of winning a title as an owner, if it's not about none of that, then owning the Charlotte Hornets was a business decision. And I'm cool if this business is making profit. And I'm pretty sure it's not making the type of money Michael Jordan would love for it to make. So then it becomes a tax write-off. It probably becomes, in Michael Jordan's mind, as a doorstop. He's not making a lot of money as the Charlotte Hornets owner. He makes more money in with brand Jordan, selling his Jordan shoes and his merchandise, than he does as far as being an owner of the Charlotte Hornets. So, of course, Michael Jordan is going to look at this and he's going to say, what better opportunity at what better time to sell this team than right now? I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty of people that are going to bid for the Charlotte Hornets. He's going to make his money back and then some. And Michael Jordan is, we still have our vision of Michael Jordan as an NBA elite superstar. We still have the history of Michael Jordan winning back-to-back three-peats. We still got every time we think of Michael Jordan, we think of Michael Jordan more so as a player than an owner. And nothing's going to change about that. And him owning the NBA Charlotte Hornets, we will remember it, but it's not going to be the biggest imprint in our vision of Michael Jordan. We're going to think of Michael Jordan more as a player than an owner. And, it is what it is. I mean, Michael Jordan doesn't really need the Charlotte Hornets. I think the Charlotte Hornets need Michael Jordan. So this team is going to be sold. It's going to probably be sold to the highest bidder. And Michael Jordan's going to make his money back and then some. And Michael Jordan is, now we look at Michael Jordan more so as the owner of the Jordan brand. We look at Michael Jordan more so than as an NBA superstar, one of the GOAT, the greatest of all time. But no one really register or even says that, oh yeah, and by the way, Michael Jordan owns the Charlotte Hornets. There are so many other attributes about Michael Jordan we're going to discuss and talk about than him owning the Charlotte Hornets. So it's not making his legacy any more important by owning the Charlotte Hornets. And he's going to make a profit off of it. Plus, I feel like the NBA, if you look at the NBA, the NBA, this version of the NBA is in uncharted waters. There's no real solid indication that the NBA's future, I think the NBA future is bright, but how bright is it? Okay. There was an article that printed a couple of months back about the possibility of TNT losing the rights to the NBA. And the NBA is trying to fish for a big television deal similar to what the NFL has gotten from NBC, ABC, Amazon, If you look at soccer got a good television deal by Apple. So NBA, so the league, the NBA is trying to fish for that big broadcasting deal, and there's really no suitors for it. Once this contract is over with, and there's a lot of people indicating that the NBA is in scramble mode because no one desperately wants. It's not like the NBA is not is not the number one sport that you have to have. Okay, the ESPN would be all right if they no longer cover the NBA. Fox Sports One will be all right if they no longer cover the NBA. They can still talk about it, but they'll be all right if they can't, have live games, show live games on the NBA. On NBA, if you look at the All-Star game, the All-Star game is a clear example of people are fatigued of the NBA. The ratings were not that great. If you look at a couple of years ago, the NBA Finals. If you look at the NBA Finals, the ratings were not that good. And I feel like in large part, I think player empowerment, I think players should be empowered first and foremost, but it shouldn't be too much of one thing. You shouldn't have too much of player empowerment and not and player empowerment shouldn't interfere with a fan experience. I feel like the players deserve player empowerment, but I feel like player empowerment is a bigger concern for the NBA than fans being entertained at NBA games. And with player empowerment, the players are pretty much dictating how they want to play, when they want to play, and it's affecting the brand of the NBA. And that's why a lot of networks they wouldn't mind having the NBA on their network, but they're not going to pay out the wazoos to have live NBA games. Again, Fox Sports One, ESPN, they will still continue to talk about the NBA and the NBA news and notes, but they'll be all right if they no longer show live NBA games. That's why you've been hearing some talk of the possibility of the NBA inking a deal with YouTube TV where they'll have the NBA live games exclusively. You have heard talks about possibly Amazon coming in and swooping in and giving the NBA a deal. Now, ESPN, Turner Sports, they'll still, of course, give them their best offer, but how much of a big offer? And at the end of the day, I don't think the NBA offer is going to be resonating as big as what the NFL got. What the TV deal the NFL gotten, a lot of leagues will beg and love to have such a deal like that. And I just don't see like I said, the NBA is in scramble mode right now. And they need to fix that. They definitely need to fix that. I feel like player empowerment is good, but also feel like you shouldn't have a league where the owners run and rule the league. I think it should be a 50-50 split. And I think first and foremost, you take care of your paying customers, which are your fans. You take care of them. You make sure that their experience, you care more about their experience than anything else. I think this load management, they should get rid of that. If it means you have to cut 10 games out of the NBA season, then so be it. But they have to. The NBA has lost their way with the NBA with the fans. The fans, I'm not low key. I feel like this is the perspective, the perspective of the perspective of what it looks like. It may not be exactly what in the minds of the players want, but in this in this image, it seems like the NBA players don't care about the fans. It also seems like the owners, in somehow, some way, don't care about the fans. So, yeah, they, you have to sell this this league that first and foremost you care about your fans. But it is what it is. All right. So, got all that stuff out of the way. This is gonna be a short live. Again. Your boy was mad sick over the weekend. I didn't think I was going to do a live too early for this podcast, but I finally managed to squeeze this one in. I really do appreciate everyone that came in, came out. Either you're lurking or you watched a few minutes or maybe 10 minutes of this live podcast. I really do appreciate that. I really do appreciate the people that watch the re-air of this podcast. As always, I tell you guys, hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Share this content with your friends, family, as well as your followers. I talked about, man, I had a real mean troll. He was really causing havoc 3 days ago. And I don't know if the steps I took eliminated him, or he got bored and tired and went away, or the email I sent to YouTube. Either way, haven't seen too much of this troll, and we're just gonna just leave it at that. But I really do appreciate everyone coming and checking out my videos, which, by the way, I really do appreciate everyone watching my videos. I'm getting a lot of love from you guys about my videos. On my other channel, I'm Chris Don One Live. Man, YouTube be tripping, dog. YouTube be freaking tripping. All right. I did a live stream on a recent video, and they claimed that it wasn't family friendly. I didn't do no cursing or anything like that. I think it was the title itself. It didn't have no profanity in the title. But anytime you are doing a live stream, it was Adam 22 and the No Jumper podcast. I put it in there, and then all of a sudden it's saying it's not suitable. I have to, you also have to click to let them review it. I feel very, very comfortable and very, very motivated in saying and confident in saying that this will be addressed and it will be suitable, and life will go on. All right. But yeah, I didn't say, it's just, my other channel, it's been hit the hardest, hit the most. But we're going to get those technical difficulties swept under the rug, and it is what it is. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Hit the like button, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. Make sure you select all, by the way. Share this content with your friends, family, as well as your followers. Get this lit in the YouTube algorithm. Too early for this podcast. We're going to end it. And I will see you guys on the next Too Early for This podcast, which premieres every single Monday. In certain weeks, I will do Too Early for This podcast back to back. We'll just do two of them, depending on how big the news of the week is. All right. Be on the lookout for some videos from this channel later on this week. Also, check out my podcast. I'm Chris Don One Podcast. I pretty much talked about the possibilities of things we may see in The Last of Us Season 2. Season 1 is in the books, all right? And I talked about what you may see or narratives they may go into in season 2 of The Last of Us. I also talked about Shazam Fury of the Gods, my expectations on that, by the way. And be on the lookout for Just My Opinion podcast. That's my YouTube channel, as well as Chris. I'm Chris Down One Live. Check this out, folks. Check this out. It's gonna be lit, and I want you guys to hit the like button, share it with your friends, family, and followers. I will see you guys on the flip side of things. See you guys bright and early next Monday on Too Early for This podcast, Too Early for This ish podcast. All right. And I'm going to have a video or a live stream coming down sometime this week on I'm Chris Down One Live, as well as Just My Opinion. All the YouTube channels are in the description, so get familiar. The podcast is in the description. Definitely go check out that podcast. That podcast be lit, y'all. That podcast be lit. All right, I'm up out of here. I will see you guys. Same back time, same back channel. It's your boy. I'm out.